I was told that this game just starts.
It does.
Also told that this is the scariest one. Given my reactions to the past 3, which if you haven't watched them, after you watch this video, you should definitely watch those. Oh boy, this is gonna be an experience. The earth churned, and the house is what came out. Gruesome little cluster of verandas and spires, gables and windows. The earth kept rising, like a tick filling with blood, drank from the earth all around it, and in that way laid claim, all to feed the house, up atop that hill like a queen on a throne, surveying. Well, definitely the scariest thing so far. Oh, wait.
You can walk. You can move.
Well, yeah, but I'm reading. Bedrooms and drawing rooms.
You will be reading the whole time.
And halls and attics, kitchens and bathrooms and Well, I don't know where to walk. And nurseries, all dark, all quiet. Only some of those windows let any light in. But there was only one basement. And it was where she lived. The matriarch. Screeching rat queen, cluster of veins and connective tissue. And grinning, gnashing mouths. It was her house. See, the spookiest thing by far, which I was going to say before I was so rudely interrupted, was the spookiest thing is definitely the lack of capitalization at the beginning of sentences. She wanted a... There should be more here. She wanted a family, needed a few loved ones to live with her. It was lonely in all these bedrooms and hallways that she couldn't see. She could feel them, though. No one walking through them, all that emptiness like a ringing in her ears. She'd need a husband. Yeah, that would be nice. A man-of-the-house to shuffle around those hallways at night, making sure doors were kept locked, scraping his feet along the carpet and sobbing gently into the silence. Classic husband things. So she concentrated real hard and snapped off a few pieces of herself to grow into little drones so she could get to work. The drones spread out into the forest, her hands and her eyes. What do I need to make a husband? She thought to herself. There sure were a lot of trees all around, just doing nothing. So the drones gathered up a great many twigs and sticks and fallen branches. Oh, I'll never something. What? Had all these plans for this face? I'll never hurt you. Ah, good to know. I appreciate that. She could use the hair from the bodies of the people who got sick whenever they came to explore the woods. Tie the sticks together. Give her husband a handsome coif. 2 long arms, 2 long legs, a long body, and a long head. All held together with hair and glue of old room. The drones could eat the rest. They earned it. So soon she had a husband. He was just how she wanted, milling through the halls, wheezing and click-clacking his twiggy hands against the walls and doors and windows, dragging his feet and giving sweet little whimpering cries. It was nice not to be alone anymore. Still, it wasn't enough. She didn't want to be a couple. She wanted a family. I'm just reading, like I don't even know where I'm going. I was just holding W and trying to follow the stone path.
That's kind of the point.
A sister would be nice, she thought. Someone to scream at her. Someone who would come and go and keep an eye on her house from afar. Always plans my arms hurt. Mine too, man. What were sisters made of? There was a cemetery nearby, just beyond the tree line, not too far for the drones to reach, full of bodies, all full of ghosts buried and trapped in their bodies, screaming and screaming, ready for harvest. The drones tunneled down into the graves, biting the corpses and sucking the ghosts out through their necks. They came together, spat them all out into a pile and glued them together, pulling and stretching until the whole big mass was shaped, kind of like a woman. A good enough sister, she thought. She'll shriek and make my life worse, press her face against the windows and fill my rooms with jealous looks. So now she had a husband to keep her company, and a sister to keep her angry. But what's the point of being a family if you don't have any kids? She should have two, she thought, a son and a daughter. They'd love each other and hate her, or love her and hate each other. My blood feels dull and heavy. Me too, man. They'd bring life and motion and sound, filling up the walls with shivering warm worm noises and trying to dig out each other's eyes. Classic sibling stuff. Her son would be an inside relative, like her husband. Her daughter would be an outside relative, like her sister. It was easy enough to make her son. Boys are simple and sweet. She brought the drones home and used their teeth to bite herself up, sucking up her own blood and spitting it all together in a pool. Her son rose up out of it, made of it, and got right to work running amok all through the lower floors, staining the carpet and leaving smears on the walls. Her daughter would be more complicated, she told herself. Daughters always are. So she'd need to be made of complicated things. The spiders of the woods had their own hierarchy, ages old and complex as anything, and they had 8 legs and something else. My veins missed the old poison. Me too, man. A too large number of legs, in truth. True, I hate spiders. The drones went raiding. The spiders fought, bit up the drones till they were nice and swollen, even tore a few of them apart. Ugh, spiders. I don't like spider imagery, so I'm gonna skip the rest of that. The drones dragged the spiders together. Stupid spiders, get out of this seemingly creepy story. And spiders were spiders. They mashed them up and spiders were still creepy. Man, don't like spiders. Something about spiders and mandibles and spiders all over. I have such a lovely daughter, she thought, with pride. Her daughter wasted no time still using spider imagery. Some nights, the daughter and the sister would meet, conspiring about how to kill her. It was wonderful, she thought, just how it should be, as long as there are no spiders. I do not like spiders one bit. They creep me out. Time passed, like it's wont to do. For a while, she was happy. I used to burn one once upon a time. Me too, man. But not for long. She started to get bored. All the husband did was scrape his way through the same halls, the same order, whimpering the same pleas and scratching the same walls with the same cluster of sharp wood twigs. "Don't you ever do anything interesting?" she shouted. And he tripped and lay still for a long time. Then he just got back up and did his usual thing. Worthless man, she thought. I hope your hair comes undone and you fall apart. Her sister, on the other hand, was far too lively. No longer content just to mash her eyeless face against the glass, she had found herself some shears and knives to use as hands and had taken to carving up the walls outside, scratching the paint and marking up the wood. Hateful woman, she thought. You're supposed to envy, not assert yourself. To make matters worse, she was spending far too much time with her daughter. Yeah, get your own. Get out of here, that's my daughter. The daughter. What does that say? Something, no, couldn't get that. They had so much in common after all. They were both made of dead things. They were both locked out. This made her angry. You're supposed to make my daughter hate me, she thought, but instead you've made her love you, and that's a whole different story. They went everywhere together. The daughter with her hundreds of spider metaphors and imagery, and man, boy, oh boy, am I still not going to talk about spiders. I'll make you pay for this, sister of mine, making me reference spider imagery again. How dare you? She took solace in her son, the only one that truly loved her, that did anything right. But he was fast congealing, and each inch of carpet he dragged himself across, or wallpaper he tripped and fell into, took a bit of him away. She didn't want to lose him like that. And so she made him come back to the basement. He tripped and fell down the stairs, splattered apart, and ended up just like he'd started, a pool of her blood. I'll miss you, she thought, as the drones rattling chains, only something or other. She hated her family. They weren't what she wanted. The drones went to the husband, cornered him in a hallway, pulled out his hair. He fell apart, and they gathered up all the twigs and fallen branches and fed them to one of the living room's fireplaces. His smoke screamed and smelled like rotten teeth. Good riddance to bad rubbish, she thought. I mean, if it's bad rubbish, that means it's good, because it's bad at being trash. The sister, the drones lured into the woods with a pile of heirloom jewelry and old unsent letters. When she fell upon the pile to feast, they fell upon her, crushing her soft, pale skull and shredding her apart. All the ghosts that made her sank back it down into the soil. No bodies to hold them anymore. They were free. I've done a good thing, she thought. Yeah, okay, whatever you say. Her daughter was sad. Held by the femina and pulled. That just got loud. Now that her sister was dead, the drones pulled her apart, little by little, separating out the slick, chitinous little corpse she was made of. She didn't fight, didn't bother to say goodbye. Ungrateful, she thought. I should never have had a daughter to begin with. Yeah, that's what you get for making a daughter out of spiders. Stupid spiders, tricks are for kids. I don't know where I'm going with that, but get the spider imagery out of here. I refuse to talk about it. And so she was alone again. This is really loud. Just her and her sinew and her gnashing teeth and how loud this music is. Alone in that house, in that basement, blasting music like one of those darn kids. The drones built monuments over the corpses of her family while she slept. She passed the time talking to herself and listening to music that is way too loud. Making the drones chew off parts of her, trying to will the house to shake apart. It never did, no matter how much she pulled at the walls. She felt very empty. She couldn't hear anything because this music was really loud. I hope someone visits me soon, she thought. That's what I need. Man, the music just went away and I feel like it's gonna blast me in the ear again, so let me just... Oh, God. She thought that's what I need. Someone I don't know. Someone I didn't make. That'd be a surprise. So she opened a little path in the woods near the house and waited. As long as they don't talk to my dead family, I'm sure they'll come visit me. I'll invite them in and let them come see me, and then I'll have the drones chew off all their skin, and I won't be alone anymore. You'll be alone wherever you end up. So, does it really matter? I won't be alone anymore. That's not what that sign says. Joke's on you, story. When they come visit me, and I've let them in, and they've come to see me, and I've chewed off all their skin, I won't be alone anymore. It'll be so nice not to be alone. I won't be alone anymore. I hope someone visits me soon. I won't be alone anymore. I'm increasingly unhinged. Oh, another sign. Oh, yeah, I've seen that sound. Man, this is so loud. Oh god, what does that say? Semina, me, leith, me, wheat, I have to do. And that was the game. Thank you for joining me. It was not the scariest, but if you want to see something that was really scary, you should watch the other videos because I was genuinely scared by some of those. Thanks for watching. If you've made it this far, please subscribe and join me for more. Thank you very much and have a great day.